Jessie Carr is a travel creator who shares lighthearted vlogs from different places around the world, often showing the beautiful side of solo travel. But during one visit to Samoa, what started as a peaceful day at one of the island's most beautiful waterfalls turned into the kind of uncomfortable encounter many female solo travelers fear. On this day, Jessie was visiting Afu'au Waterfall on the island of Savaii. The area is known for its clear freshwater pools, tropical greenery, and a waterfall that flows into a calm swimming spot surrounded by rocks and plants. When Jessie arrived, she paid the entry fee, drove toward the falls, and was excited to realize that the place was almost completely empty.
So there's little waterfalls over here, like that. And I guess as I keep driving up, the bigger one's gonna be up there. Okay, I don't know if I'm meant to park here. But anywho, this is the spot. And I think it's just me. Ah! Wait, let's go check it out quickly.
At first, it seemed like the perfect solo travel moment. The water was cool and clear. The waterfall looked beautiful. And Jessie started filming the kind of vlog she usually makes, showing the scenery, talking about the location, and getting ready to swim. But not long after she arrived, Jessie noticed a man nearby who seemed to be hanging around her.
I'm gonna hop in now. I took a couple photos and now I'm ready to have a dip. Are you okay? All good? Jessie. Pardon? I can't remember the name. It's like, I don't remember the name. Sorry. There's a man and he's kind of just like hanging around me. Anyway.
At first, it was hard to tell whether he was simply being friendly, trying to help a tourist, or hoping to earn some money by guiding her around the waterfall. Jessie did not want to assume the worst, so even though she started to feel a little uncomfortable, she stayed polite and tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. That is what makes the footage so unsettling. You can see Jessie trying to convince herself that maybe everything is fine, even while her own instincts are telling her that something feels off.
Okay. Oh my gosh, the water's so nice and crisp. Whoops. It'd be good to have rock shoes or something. I feel like that man was like waiting for me to hop in so he could hop in or something. I don't know why.
As she swims through the waterfall pool, the man continues staying close to her. He points out different areas, suggests where she should go, and offers to help her move around the rocks. Jessie tries to keep the situation casual, but she also says out loud that she feels uncomfortable and would rather be by herself without men around. Luckily, a few other people eventually joined them near the waterfall, which made Jessie feel a little safer. But even then, the man still wasn't done trying to stay close to her.
I'm just gonna float because it's getting tiring. Would you like me to take a photo of you guys? Yeah? Okay. That's okay. So the ladies, pardon? Over there. I'll try. No, all good. The man is telling me that I should go over here. So I'm gonna try actually because I feel like it would be nice to. Okay. I got to some rock. man is just being really nice or if he's just being too friendly, like, because I was feeling a little bit uncomfortable. But he was like, do you need some help coming over here? And I was like, no, thank you. Because I just want to be like by myself with no men around, preferably. Okay, oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! You scared me. I'm good, thanks. Pardon? Cold, yeah. I'm 25. Pardon? Sorry? A hole. Oh, it's like a cave. Is it a cave? Yeah? Okay. I'm okay. You go, I'll follow you.
Still, instead of immediately leaving, she kept trying to handle the situation politely. Right next to the waterfall. Could you take some photos of me, please? I've got some photos right next to the waterfall. Pardon? I'm scared. Over there? What do you mean? Walk down? Oh. That's okay. That's okay. Pardon? Where? Down? Okay, I'll try. He just jumped. Should I jump? Oh, I'm scared. I don't want to jump on you. Wait, maybe move and then I'll jump. Okay. Yeah. She tried to keep some control by telling him to go first, asking him to move before she jumps, and keeping the interaction friendly. But the longer it went on, the more uncomfortable the encounter became. The man stayed close, helped her move through the water, took photos of her, and kept guiding her around the falls.
Up that way? Oh, can I go this way?
From the outside, some of his behavior could look like he was just trying to help. But Jessie later explained that this was exactly what made the situation so confusing. In the moment, she kept going back and forth in her mind, wondering whether he was just a local man being kind, whether he expected a tip, or whether he was actually crossing a line.
for taking the photos. Okay, I'm gonna go. If he follows me, like, I'll just head off, but I do want to give him a little bit of money for taking the photos of me, because that was nice of him to do.
Go back in the floor.
Pardon?
I don't know. Because you go around.
I'm not too sure.
Oh. You come play.
Yeah, one day.
You go back and you go back more.
More Samoa?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Someone your best friend is my your best friend. I live there, yeah.
You live here? Yeah. Oh,
In
nice.
my house, you see the monks.
Yeah.
In my house.
Ah, beautiful place to live.
You want to best friend. I suggest you want to come back to Samoa. Come and see me, my village. And see my house up there.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I'll give you a little bit of money to say thank you for your photos. Yeah? One sec. It's okay, because it was very nice. Thank you. Married? No. But no, don't want anybody.
Oh, yeah, in school.
No, pardon?
In school?
School?
Yeah.
No.
Eventually, she decided to leave, thanked him for taking photos, and tried to end the interaction politely. But even then, the man kept talking to her. Jessie, still trying to be kind, gave him some money as a thank you for the photos. Then she got back to her car, and that was when she finally explained what had really happened.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
God bless you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Thank
You too.
you. Around.
See ya.
Thank you.
I feel like so confused. He touched my bum. Like he was he was giving me a hand, and then he kept trying to touch my waist and then touch my bum. And he touched it once, and I felt really, really uncomfortable. And then I was like, "You go first. You go first." But then he was so nice as well. But he I don't know. He kept he was following me around, but then he ended up taking photos of me, which was really nice. But yeah, sometimes it's really hard, with men and traveling and people being very friendly. But yeah.
He kept trying to touch her waist and eventually touched her in a way that made her feel extremely uncomfortable. She had not reacted strongly in the moment, not because she was okay with it, but because she was afraid that speaking up too aggressively might make the situation worse. And that is what makes the encounter so uncomfortable to watch. Jessie was not just trying to enjoy a waterfall. She was trying to figure out, in real time, whether speaking up would protect her or make the situation worse. Looking back, she said she regretted not trusting her instincts sooner. She had stayed polite, even tipped him, and tried not to make him uncomfortable, while he was the one crossing her boundaries. But Jessie made it clear that she was not sharing the video to scare people away from Samoa. The waterfall itself was beautiful, and experiences like this can happen anywhere. Instead, she shared it as a reminder, especially for female solo travelers, that you do not owe politeness to someone who makes you feel unsafe. What started as a peaceful solo trip to one of Samoa's most beautiful waterfalls became a moment Jessie only fully understood later, when she watched the footage back and realized how uncomfortable she had been the entire time. Did you find this disturbing? Then brace yourself for what you're about to see next. This was recorded in Kananaskis, Alberta, by a woman who had only planned to step outside for a few minutes. That morning, she had just grabbed her coffee, still with the spoon inside the mug, and taken her dog out for a short walk down the gravel driveway near camp. After a long day of hiking the day before, both of them were tired, so she had no intention of going far. She only planned to walk about 100 meters, turn around, and head straight back. But just as she turned to return to camp, she saw something that immediately made her stop. A grizzly bear was standing nearby. At first, the bear did not charge, but its behavior still felt wrong. It seemed curious, focused, and unusually interested in her dog. She had seen bears before in the area, but this one was different enough that her instincts told her to start recording, and within seconds, it became clear why.
No. Go away. Hey. Say. No. Ah. Hey. Ha. Ah. Hey. Hey. Stop. Enough. Hey. No. No. Hey. Hey. Stop it. Stop. Stop. Enough. No. Hey. Hey. Stop. Stop it. Go away. Go. Enough.
For several moments, she stayed remarkably calm. She kept her dog close, continued moving backward, and tried not to panic, even as the bear came within just a few meters of her. Then, realizing she needed to create distance, she used the only thing she had. She threw the coffee mug down the driveway.
Hey! Dad! Dad! Hey! Stop! Enough! Get! Go! Go! Stop it!
The noise startled the bear and distracted it long enough for her to move. As the bear turned toward the mug to investigate, she ran. But when she looked back, the bear was chasing her. She did eventually make it back toward camp and darted into one of the tents with her dog, while other people nearby began yelling and waving their arms to distract the bear. Somehow, she made it inside safely, and for the next 15 minutes, she stayed hidden while the bear remained in the area before eventually wandering off and chasing a moose. Later, when a conservation officer responded, he reportedly did not believe the story at first. A bear circling someone within just a few meters sounded almost impossible over the phone. But then, he saw the footage. The bear was so large that even on all fours, its head was almost level with hers, and she is 5 feet 2 inches. After years in the area and multiple grizzly encounters, she said she had never seen one behave like this before. What makes the video so disturbing is how normal the morning seemed. She was not deep in the backcountry or hours away from camp. She had only stepped outside with her dog and her coffee, thinking she would be gone for 5 minutes. But in bear country, that is all it can take. She handled the encounter remarkably well. She stayed calm, kept her dog under control, and used the only object she had to distract the bear long enough to escape. The bear may not have been trying to attack at first, but grizzlies are powerful and unpredictable, and even curiosity can become dangerous when an animal that size gets too close. She thought 5 minutes and 100 meters would be nothing. Instead, it became the closest grizzly encounter she had ever experienced. And while that case happened in the wilderness, the next one unfolded in the middle of an ordinary drive. This dashcam footage was recorded in Australia and later uploaded to the YouTube channel Dashcam Owners Australia. 2 men were driving along a highway in their Mercedes when they noticed a vehicle rapidly approaching from behind on the rear dashcam. Seconds later, the car aggressively overtook them, cut directly in front of their vehicle, and suddenly slammed on the brakes, seemingly trying to force them off the road. At first, it looked like a typical case of road rage, but within seconds, the situation became far more dangerous. The men soon realized that the driver was holding an axe and waving it out of his window while still driving.
Oh, he's got an axe, dude. Like, he's got an axe. Stay. Yeah. What are you doing? Oh, fuck off. Keep distance, bro. Oh, are you ready, Chucky? Are you here?
In an attempt to get away, the driver of the Mercedes turned around and headed in the opposite direction. But instead of letting them go, the man followed.
Bro, call the cops. Yeah. Call them out.
The situation became even more intense when they exited the highway and approached a roundabout.
Bro, this car is fucked in the head. Just go to the cop job. Don't stress. Oh! Fuck, man. Keep driving. Holy fuck. Fuck, man. Call the cops. Yeah. He's gonna ram us again, bro. No. Yeah. Oh, keep going. Just keep. Oh my god. Fucking hell.
At one point, the Mercedes was struck from behind twice. After the second impact, the attacker's vehicle lost control, spun out, and veered off the road. That crash finally gave the two men a chance to escape. They immediately drove to the nearest police station and reported everything that had happened. When officers arrived at the crash site, the attacker's vehicle was already gone. However, several hours later, police located both the car and the driver, and he was placed under arrest. Later, the owner of the dashcam footage revealed an even stranger detail about the incident. According to him, the attacker was convinced that the two men had burglarized his home the night before. But in reality, they had nothing to do with it. They had never met him, never been to his home, and had no idea why he was targeting them. Authorities later determined that the man was under the influence of substances at the time of the attack. In the end, he faced multiple criminal charges and was sentenced to 2 years in prison. What makes this encounter so disturbing is how random it was. Two men were simply driving down the highway when a stranger with an axe decided they were his target. And if his car had not spun out when it did, there is no telling how much further he would have taken it. Did you find this disturbing? Then brace yourself for what you're about to see next. One night, while working as an Uber driver, a Reddit user known online as Nona Cares Bounce Loner captured something genuinely unsettling on his dash cam. As he drove down an otherwise empty road, he suddenly noticed a small figure standing in the darkness ahead. At first, it was hard to tell what he was looking at, but as he slowed down and switched on his high beams, the figure became easier to see. According to the driver, it appeared to be a small child standing alone in the middle of the road, wearing what looked like only a diaper and holding an object that resembled either a stick or a plastic pipe. What made the sight even more disturbing was the location. There were no other people nearby, no visible adults, no obvious home the child could have come from. Just an empty road, complete darkness, and a small figure standing directly in the lane. After the footage was posted online, many viewers questioned whether it was real. Some believed it could have been staged. Others thought it may have been a prank, or possibly even some kind of setup meant to make the driver stop and get out of his car. But the driver strongly denied that the footage was fake. He claimed he was willing to provide the original unedited dashcam video, interior camera footage showing his reaction in real time, and records confirming that he really was on an Uber trip when the encounter happened. He also explained that only a few minutes later, he was pulled over by police because of a faulty headlight. During that stop, he immediately told the officer what he had seen and pointed out the exact location where the figure had been standing. According to the driver, the dash cam's wide-angle lens made the footage look less clear than what he saw with his own eyes. He insisted that in person, the figure looked unmistakably like a child. To this day, no one knows exactly what he captured. It could have been a lost child, someone involved in a disturbing prank, or a person placed there as bait to make drivers stop in the middle of the night. But whatever the truth is, the image itself is hard to forget. Because coming across what looks like a small child standing alone in the middle of a deserted road at night is disturbing enough. But not knowing why they were there makes it even worse. And that brings us to a moment many people, especially women, immediately understood. Samantha McIntyre is a 24-year-old rookie runner who has been sharing her half-marathon training journey on social media. Most of her videos are simple and uplifting. She filmed her runs, talked about her progress, shared how far she was going that day, and documented the small challenges that come with training, from heat to exhaustion to trying to stay motivated. But one morning, During what should have been another normal training run in southeastern Idaho, Samantha suddenly realized she was being watched.
All right, I'm on a run right now, and there's this guy in a red car that's driven by me twice. And every time he drives by me, I'm at the window and he's like looking behind when he's driving by. It's making me really nervous. I haven't seen him in like 10 minutes, but I don't know if I'm being paranoid or what. Just documenting this, just in case. I think it's a red Pontiac, older, probably late 90s, early 2000s.
At first, it may not have seemed like much, but according to Samantha, the driver had the upper half of his body leaning out of the window, looking back at her as he passed. Then the same car drove by again, and this time, Samantha knew something felt wrong. And as she continued moving, she noticed the car parked farther up the road, waiting near the direction she would have to run.
I'm nervous. All right, I see the car parked up here. I do not feel good about this. I have to run by this car to get back to my car, though. There's literally no other way around. You guys see it up there? I don't know what to do. It's just one of those things where it's like, you don't think it's gonna happen to you until it happens to you. I don't wanna risk anything. I gotta have my parents come pick me up. I can't risk this. No, he's pulling out of the spot right now. Dude. Nah. What the I don't know what to do.
That was when her fear turned into a decision. Instead of convincing herself she was overreacting, Samantha trusted her instincts. She walked to a nearby house, approached the yard, and asked the person there if she could stay for a moment because a man in a red car kept driving by and parking nearby.
By your house all the time, and there's this guy that keeps driving by and parking. Do you mind if I just like stay in your yard? My mom's gonna come pick me up. I'm just like really worried that he's gonna do something. Thank you. It's making me really nervous. Thank you. He keeps driving by and then parking down there, and then he'll drive by again, and like I'm just afraid he's gonna do something.
From there, she called her parents and contacted the police. The timing made the encounter even more unsettling. This happened only weeks after Eliza Fletcher, a runner in Memphis, was abducted and murdered during a morning run. For Samantha, that story was fresh in her mind, and it made the situation feel even more real. Because as a runner, she understood how quickly something normal could turn dangerous. Police were later able to track down the man in the red car. They spoke with him and told him his actions were inappropriate. But because being creepy or making someone uncomfortable is not always enough to file criminal charges, he was not arrested. After the encounter, Samantha changed the way she runs. She began carrying protection, including an alarm, mace, and a whistle, and said that if she ran outdoors again, she would be much more careful.
What was it about the red car that got your attention?
The first time that he drove by me, he had his whole like top half of his body out the window looking back at me multiple times, and it kind of slowed down. And when I saw him drive by the second time doing the same thing, I just got this really bad gut feeling.
But despite the fear, she still completed her half marathon. For her, that finish line meant more than just completing a race. It meant she had not let the experience take running away from her completely. What especially makes this encounter so disturbing is that nothing physical had to happen for the danger to feel real. There was no attack caught on camera, no dramatic chase, no final confrontation. Just a young woman on a morning run, noticing the same car again and again, realizing something was off, and making the decision to trust her gut before it was too late. But the next video takes that exact fear even further. Carolina was heading home late in the evening after spending time with her boyfriend. It was already dark, and she was taking one of the last buses home, expecting nothing more than a quiet ride back and a short walk from the bus stop to her house. But the moment she got off the bus, she noticed a man standing near the stop. At first, she tried not to react. He looked strange enough to make her uncomfortable, but she did not want to make eye contact or do anything that might draw his attention. so she kept walking and told herself to stay calm. But moments later, she realized he had started following her. At first, there was still some distance between them, so she tried to convince herself that maybe he was just walking in the same direction. But the longer she walked, the closer he seemed to get. She wanted to run, but she was afraid that if she started running, he might start running too. So she kept walking. Then the man began shouting random things behind her. For a moment, Carolina hoped he was just drunk and that none of it had anything to do with her. But even after that, he continued following, and the distance between them kept shrinking. Eventually, she reached a turn in the road, and the moment she knew he could no longer see her clearly, she ran. Carolina made it home without seeing him behind her, and for a short time, it seemed like she had managed to lose him. She locked herself inside, tried to calm down, and probably hoped the entire encounter was over. But about 20 minutes later, the doorbell at her gate rang. Her parents were not home, and because of what had just happened, Carolina knew better than to open the door. The house had a gate, which made her feel slightly safer. But when she looked out of the window, she saw the same man standing outside. He had followed her all the way home, and now he was staring up at the windows. For a while, he stayed there, lingering outside the house as if he was waiting or trying to decide what to do next. Carolina tried to reassure herself that the doors were locked, that the gate was there, and that he could not get inside. But then she heard something that made everything feel much more serious. The man had somehow made his way through the garden and was now yanking on the door handle. At that point, Carolina locked herself in the bathroom and waited for her parents to come home. She had already called them and told them what was happening, and luckily, they were on their way. But until they arrived, all she could do was stay hidden, listen, and hope the man would leave. Eventually, the sound at the door stopped, and the man appeared to be gone. But Carolina's fear did not go away with him. It was only when her parents finally arrived home about an hour later that she began to feel safe again. What makes this encounter so terrifying is that she did everything many people would tell someone to do. She avoided eye contact, kept walking, waited for the right moment to run, locked the door, and did not answer when he rang the bell. But even after all of that, he still found her house. What started as an uncomfortable walk home from the bus stop turned into the kind of situation almost every person fears. Realizing the stranger behind you is not just walking in the same direction, but has chosen to follow you all the way home. And that brings us to the last clip. Shazone is a creator who shares all kinds of videos on her YouTube channel, often filming normal parts of her life, errands, family moments, and days out with her daughter. And at first, this vlog seemed like nothing more than that. Her day started with a few normal frustrations. She had taken her daughter with her to a nail appointment, only to leave upset because her nails had not dried properly and were already ruined. After that, with more errands still ahead and a work orientation later that day, she decided to do something nice for her daughter and took her to a play area inside the mall. It should have been a simple stop. Her daughter could play for a while. Shazine could look around a few stores, and they could both kill some time before heading home for lunch. But while her daughter was playing, Shazine started noticing a man nearby. At first, she did not immediately assume anything was wrong. The play area was in the middle of a food court, with seats around the outside where parents usually sit and watch their children. Sometimes, one parent will be inside the play area while another stands nearby. So when she first saw the man standing close to the area, she thought he might simply be with one of the other kids. But then she noticed that every time she looked at him, he looked away.
Oh, baby. Go ahead, honey. This guy is being very... This guy is creeping.
very weird. Watch. Honey, we're gonna go bye-bye if you're ready. Ready? Oh my god, every time I make eye contact with him, he looks away. He's like the guy with the white hat. Hang on. He's creeping me out.
At first, she tried to ignore it. Nothing had actually happened, and she did not want to overreact. But the longer she stayed there, the harder he became to dismiss. He did not seem to be watching one of the children. He was not sitting with anyone. Instead, he kept standing nearby, pacing behind her, and every time she looked in his direction, he looked away. For anyone, that would already feel uncomfortable. But because Shezune was there with her young daughter, the feeling became even harder to ignore. She later explained that when she is out with her child, especially in a public place, she pays close attention to anyone who seems to be watching too closely. And this man was giving her every reason to keep watching him back. Eventually, her daughter said she wanted to get lunch, which gave Shezune the perfect reason to leave. But as soon as she told her daughter they were going, the man suddenly walked away. For a moment, she thought maybe he had heard her and was finally leaving them alone. But when she and her daughter walked out of the food court area, she saw him again. He was outside, sitting on a bench. That was when the situation became much more unsettling.
Excuse us. Thank you. Oh my god. He's outside. Straight up, he's outside right now. Oh my god. He freaking saw us packing up. Guys, he's like sitting over there on the bench. Honey, we're gonna go eat at home, okay? But I actually have juice for you in the car. Oh my god. I'm like practically running. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was so unbelievably creepy. Oh my god. I am so unbelievably skeeved out at the moment. I want to get out of here as fast. Oh my god. I'm just a mess. No, I'm going in front of you because...
From Shezoine's perspective, it felt like the man had left the play area only to wait somewhere else nearby. She said she started filming, not to make the vlog more dramatic, but because if he followed them, approached them, or tried anything, she wanted his face on video. Luckily, as they left, she noticed a sheriff nearby, which made her feel slightly safer. The man did not follow them, and they were able to leave without anything happening. But the encounter still left her shaken. Back in the car, Shezoine explained that it was not really about how the man looked. It was his behavior. The way he kept positioning himself nearby, the way he looked away every time she noticed him, and the gut feeling she could not shake. The most unsettling part is that this was not a dark street or an empty parking lot. It was a mall play area in the middle of the day where a mother was simply trying to let her daughter play. And yet, within minutes, that normal moment turned into a situation where she felt the need to keep her camera ready, watch over her shoulder, and leave as quickly as possible. Nothing physical happened, and maybe the man never planned to do anything at all. But sometimes, the most unsettling encounters are the ones where you never get a clear answer. All you have is the feeling that something is wrong, and the decision to trust that feeling before waiting to find out if you were right. That's all for today, folks. If you'd like to see more of this creepy content, click on the video on screen.